Welcome to Fix It for Josh's Sake. Let's get right into this one. Today I'm going to work on this little Homelite XL Chainsaw. It's about a 14-inch bar. It's pretty small. I was just in back cutting up a tree that fell over. And just so you know the model, it's 10517A. I couldn't tell you much about it. I received it from a friend. And I only use it when something like a tree falling over on the edge of my yard requires me to use it. Well, it was running fine, running great. You got your bar oil here, your two-stroke oil here. I was mixing this 40-to-1. I might have went 50-to-1. I think I went 50-to-1 actually. And I was running great, and then all of a sudden it would idle, but it would not rev at all. And I am pretty sure that up in here, my clutch is doing something funny, because it seems like the idle is fine, but as soon as I want to give it power, it won't move anymore. So I did things like check my chain tension, which, I mean, that's loose actually, and there was plenty of bar oil in there. Did a couple of things, so I'm going to take it apart now and really get into this clutch in here and see what's going on. I have a feeling it's slipping or jamming or something weird is going on. So, because it can't get into the high RPMs, and you know on two strokes we only have power when we're in high RPMs. So watch along as I fix it for Josh's sake. So provided I've never worked on one of these before, I see a little screw here, see a couple screws here, see a screw there, I see some screws around the bottom here, and then that set of screws right there. That looks like it would let me pull this cover off and get directly into this clutch right here. Okay, wow, this is just all wet sawdust. It's all around the coil, and just everything's all gunked up with wet sawdust. I'm going to start by cleaning this all off really good before I even move around to this side. But I actually have a feeling that I might have found my culprit in that I might have just literally had a short out and a bog down due to this side being plugged up, but I'll do a full clean on this. For this one, I'm going to literally take it over to the garden hose and just blast this off, because this is so gumped up, and these are all plastic parts. I'll spray some WD-40 or silicone or something in here once I'm done, but it's not like anything's going to rust. This is all plastic. Well, would you look at that? Just look at it. Look at it. It looks brand new. Looks like it's never even cut down a tree, even though this thing's been used for years and years and years to cut down trees. In fact, I want to give a shout out to Jeff Johnson in central Wisconsin. This guy is a salt of the earth, and many, many years ago, he gave me this chainsaw because he got it for free. He cleaned it up. He got it running and gave it to me. And back then, I didn't know anything about two-stroke motors and chainsaws and maintenance and stuff like that. And so Mr. Jeff Johnson gave this to me, and it has served me well for many years. So I get to have the pleasure of doing a little maintenance on it here. I'm going to set this off to the side here, and then, you know, this deal is just all gummed up. So I'm going to fire up my air compressor and blow this all out. That'll be loud and obnoxious, and frankly, I don't feel like getting crap all over my phone. So I'll do that off camera, but I'm going to clean this all up because that is just a lot of no good in there. Well, that sure looks a lot better. Look at that. We got a coil in there. We can actually see in here. We got, you know, a lot cleaner area here. I am going to pull this plastic shroud off, but I need to go get my spark plug wrench. I'm going to pull that spark plug, and let's see. This will come off here. Then I should be able to take this shroud off. The only thing I got to be careful about is this switch right here. We don't want to bust those wires off. So I'll be paying attention to that as I pull this off. But that means I can actually get right in there and blow out all the oil and sawdust that's around that motor. Well, that wasn't too bad. I struggled a bit with this switch because it has a little safety washer that bends up and then it spins off, and of course the shoulder on that nut is, you know, super thin, so it was a little difficult, but we got it. Now I'm going to do exactly what I did with the outer shroud. I'm going to blow this all off and get this all cleaned off. You know, when you're blowing something off like this, you got to pay attention to what you have so you don't blow any pieces right off of here and then go, where the heck are they, or how did they go back on? So I'm just going to point this out. This is the wire that runs the throttle. It connects to the throttle switch right here. You can see it there. So the way it goes in is it's right there, and then it pushes down. It's spring-loaded in the carburetor, pushes down like that. So I'm going to take this off so I don't lose it and put it in with my other parts. But just wanted to point out how that goes together so we know what we're doing later. Oh yeah, the proof is in the details, right? So the other thing is, since we're going to be blowing a bunch of crap around everywhere, let's put this spark plug back in so that we do not get any junk in that piston. There we go. Sealed that up good. Now I'm going to take it to the air compressor and blow it off. All right, we're finally to where we can do what I wanted to do. And so what I'm going to do here is get a little ring clip tool and pull that clip off. And this should just pop forward if I'm understanding this clutch, centrifugal clutch, properly. So I'm going to go find that tool and open this clutch up. So I dug around and I found that I had a little packet of different sized pins to put inside of my wrench here. So the way this works is now it's made so that when I squeeze, it'll open it up and you can flip it like this and it'll go the other way. And anyway, so I'm going to put it on this version so that you stick it in and then squeeze and it opens it up. Let's see if we can do this. Look at how easy it is when you got the right tool. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's start taking this off. We got a washer. This pulls up. Let's see. Okay. There's the inside. And then here's the clutch. Interesting. So apparently this steel has a spring tension to it, and at a certain RPMs it grabs onto this case, which then drives the sprocket, which then drives the chain. That is a pretty neat design. Alright, I'm going to clean this all up. Well, I cleaned around in here as good as I could with the rag. There's a lot of oil in there. And then here's the, what do they call it? Is it a pin bearing? Sometimes I lose my verbiage around this stuff. But anyway, you see the little bearing in there. I'm guessing that gets oil from the bar chain lube oil, because there's a bit of a port that comes down, and it would come right in here and keep this all nice and lubed up. So I'm going to put this back together and start reassembling everything. I can't say I found any smoking gun other than a lot of dirt and oil gunged around this whole thing. It's possible that's the problem. It's possible I need to do a carb tune, or possibly that this motor is just burning out. But we're going to put it back together and see if it'll start again, and see if we have any high RPMs revving or if it's just an idle. was a bit of fooling around, but it's back together. Chain seems pretty good. I might have it a little tight. We will see. I know you want a little bit of play in there. You want it to move kind of freely. These are the tools I ended up using. And my gas is mixed 40-1. Here's my bar lube oil. When you're out there chainsawing, man, make sure you use some hearing protection and some gloves. And I'm wearing glasses. I've been blessed with 4 eyes, so I have that going for me as well. So let's go and see if it'll start and run now. I couldn't help myself. I made one more quick adjustment. There's the chain tensioner screw right there. And so what you do is loosen this, adjust that, and get your chain tension. I don't know if you, in that last video, some of you probably noticed how it was not moving as smooth as I wanted. So now it's moving better. This makes me feel good. Well, that was fun. In retrospect, now that I'm able to cut up my wood, I'm about half done now with this project. Taking a break, sipping some iced coffee, because old guys like me need a little caffeine once in a while. But in retrospect, I think the coil, singular, it's a single cylinder, was getting hot. And when everything gets hot, it chokes out and dies. And now that it's all cleaned up, it's able to run better. I did also clean a lot of oil out of the clutch, which makes me wonder if the motor just couldn't grab on, get that chain spinning, and move it along. But I'm not a chainsaw mechanic at all, and I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there who know a lot more about what's going on. But, you know, sometimes it's just fun to pull these things apart and try to fix them yourself rather than taking them down to the shop where you're going to wait a week for somebody to have time to put it on the bench and work on it. I hope you enjoyed watching along as I took it apart, cleaned it up, put it back together. Already got my chain loosening again, so I got to tighten that up. But, you know, there's something that feels really good about being able to work on something yourself and go get a chore like this done. So if you enjoyed what you saw today, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment if you have some better ideas on how to work on a little chainsaw like this. Like I said, it's my first rodeo on this one. It's been lasting a long time, and the only thing I've ever done to it is bar oil, of course, 40-1 gas, and I put a spark plug in it once because one fouled out. That's about it. So this is the fourth thing we've had to do is clean up all that stuff. And I think what I'm going to do now is every time I'm done with one of these tree, demolition projects here where we're chopping them up, I'm going to take it over by the air compressor and blow it off as best I can so that sawdust doesn't gum in there and get hard and goopy like it was. So lesson learned, I guess. Well, thanks for watching as I fix it for Josh's sake. Have a great day.